Insurance agency and gadget fix.
Now, Monty, he's a proud graduate of Anaconda High, where he was a football standout. He is single. A little shout out to all the ladies. And I asked him, Monty, what makes you want to get in the cage and do this? And he said, just for the pure adrenaline rush, no other reason. He goes by the name of Mr. August. That's his fight name. And
nice.
He says he specializes in ground and pound and boxing. He'd like to keep it standing. If not, he'll go ground and pound.
Bring on our fighters from bout number 2. From Anaconda, Montana, Monty Klistoff.
His opponent, Chester Smith, a graduate of Bozeman High School. He himself was a soccer standout at Bozeman. He would like to give a big shout out to his mom and his little brother. Thank them for their support. Chester fights under the name of the Bear Shark. And he's just an all-around MMA fighter, and his plan is to fight. So he just wants to get the crowd excited.
A bear and a shark?
The Bear Shark.
That would be terrifying.
It's a fuzzy shark.
That's like one of those sci-fi movies of the week villains.
There you go. It's like Shark Tornado.
But not a bad nickname to have.
I've seen him fight. He is explosive. Powerful, powerful man.
Referee Kyle Clark giving final instructions.
Good old Kyle Clark. Been around the fight game a long time. Had a lot of fights in there, and he's reffed a lot of fights.
Yep.
Phenomenal wrestler. Great wrestling background. High school and college. There's Monty entering the cage. Now, he said he had a pretty tough cut to make weight for this one. Let's see if it affects him or not, Luke. You know how it is when you have to cut that weight. Sometimes you just get a little weaker.
From Bozeman, Montana, Chester Smith.
Yeah, it's always a matter of finding that risk reward of how much can you cut without risking
Exactly.
performance in the match.
I was a wrestler, so for me it's easy. It was easy to make that cut. Nice kid, Chester.
Yeah, wrestlers definitely have an advantage in that weight cutting, only in the sense that they're used to it.
Giving some love to his teammates. His coach Brian Dietz, Montana MMA. Now each fighter has to enter the cage with a mouthpiece and a groin protector.
You'd think they wouldn't forget, but you'd be surprised.
I've even had some of my guys forget it once they got up to cage side.
Yeah, those moments before a fight, when you're thinking about getting in that cage, that's all you're thinking about.
Exactly. I used to think about it a week before, up until the night of the fight, Luke. Keep me up at night.
It can definitely play with your head.
Ah, shoot, every time I close my eyes, I just picture the fight, what was going to happen.
I've even seen fighters as talented as Mike Tyson just break down.
Chester looks like he's definitely got the crowd behind him here, hometown boy.
It is scheduled for 3 4-minute rounds. Our sponsors for this fight, the United States Army, Bissell Insurance Agency, and Gadget Picks. Fighting out of the blue corner, he hails from Anaconda, Montana, fighting for the Goose Town. He weighed in at 175 pounds. Welcome, Monty Klistoff. And fighting out of the red corner, he hails from Bozeman, Montana. He's fighting for Montana Mixed Martial Arts. He also weighed in at 175 pounds. Chester Smith.
All right, Luke, here we go, bout number 2. This should be a barn burner. Watch both these guys scrap.
Yeah, Monty Klistoff pacing like a caged animal on his side of the cage. Chester Smith just bouncing up and down, trying to keep himself warm. Referee with the final instructions.
Both these guys are so gentle outside of this cage. It's fun to see them get in there and get locked in and watch their personalities change.
It's shocking sometimes.
There we go. Well, starts off with a kick and a punch.
Chester Smith in the reddish-orange shorts. Monty Klistoff in the yellow.
Monty drove right in for the clinch, looking for that takedown.
Chester's
Looks
trying
like
to,
he's got a
looks like he's trying to
guillotine.
sink in that guillotine, yeah.
Monty needs to hook that leg so he can stay out of that guillotine. Don't get caught in guard with it.
Chester having a rough time getting his hips out, being stuck against the cage like that. Klistoff's really fighting for that double.
He needs to take his right hand and scoop the inside of his left leg. We call this the grind. When your opponent gets you up against that cage and they just grind on you, it actually makes you more tired than it does them.
Yeah. It can be frustrating for both guys because when you're being pressed against that cage, you can't really do a whole lot with your hips because you have your opponent pushing into
you.
you.
Throw a good punch up against that cage. They're going back
Klistoff
and forth.
looking for the uppercut.
Oh, looks like he's going back to that guillotine.
Klistoff doing a good job, not giving him any space to get that right arm in to finish that choke off. Both these guys looking for that knee. Klistoff giving Smith no room.
Chester doing a great job of defending that takedown up against that cage.
Yeah. Referee resetting them in the middle of the ring.
With that big overhand right by Monty. Another knee. Going for that single leg again. He's really trying for that takedown. It's like he wants to take this to the ground.
Back to where we started.
Now Chester needs to spin Monty up against the cage and go to work. Oh, there he goes again.
At the same time, it can be frustrating for the guy against the cage because it can't get your hips out. It's just as
really
frustrating
tough to
for
do
the guy.
much of anything when you're back against that cage.
Yeah, the cage will hold.
Now he's got that.
Can hold you up.
For that guillotine.
Oh, big elbow from Smith. Followed up by a right.
Big right hand by Monty.
No quarter ass, none given from Klistoff.
Chester's really letting those knees go.
Yeah. Klistoff thinking about that takedown again. Decides to let it go.
There, Chester's letting his hands go. Monty's coming in with some great uppercuts.
Big uppercut by Klistoff.
And again, Luke, this looks like a very evenly matched fight.
Yeah.
Just like the first one. Oh, well, there they went to the ground unintentionally, but they went to the ground.
Scramble with Klistoff.
Set up a triangle choke. Monty needs to posture up here. He needs to posture up.
Smith's looking for that
Doesn't
triangle.
quite have it locked on correctly. It's going down his back and not across his neck.
Klistoff doing a good job, trying not to give him a lot of space. Big slam coming up.
I remember you slamming somebody like that had you in the triangle, and it made it tighter. They ended up tapping the second your back hit the ground.
That was the other bearded you carry. I can't tell if those slams helped him or hurt him.
Well, it doesn't look like it's any tighter. It's still going down his back rather than across his neck. 10 seconds left in this round. What a barn
Monty
burner
not
of a first
panicking
round.
yet.
Now he's got
Smith
it locked
looks
on
like he got it.
properly. And saved by the
Oh,
bell.
wow.
Yeah, he definitely had it locked on that time. Great first round.
Like Mark Paul Gosselaar, he was saved by the bell there.
Yeah, I think 10 more seconds and he would have had a submission there.
Yeah, I couldn't tell how much air he was or wasn't getting, but it definitely looked tight. I wouldn't have wanted to be in that position. Here you see Smith doesn't quite have that angle on the bottom. Tighten up that triangle. Looks like he's thinking about switching to an arm bar. Klistoff slamming him in an attempt to loosen the hold.
We got bout number 2 sponsored by the U.S. Army, Bissell Insurance Agency, and Gadget Fix. Thank you guys. We appreciate your sponsorship.
I wish I would have had Gadget Fix when I was younger.
I know, right? Wish we would have had a lot of things when I was younger. Like mixed martial arts.
Neither of these fighters looking particularly worse for wear at the beginning of the second round.
See a touch of gloves,
Players
good sign
touch
of
gloves.
sportsmanship. Here we go, underway.
Both guys fighting out of the orthodox
right for that
stance.
takedown, right up against that cage. Just a continuation of the end of round 2 there, or round 1.
Smith going for that guillotine again. Really reefing on it hard. I can't tell. I can't.
He's got it. That's it.
There was the tap.
You know, I was afraid of that. He kept putting his head off to the side, getting caught in that guillotine. Real susceptible to that.
Chester Smith looked like he was looking for it quite a bit that first round.
That was deep. That was tight.
That was
Really had no
definitely
choice
tight.
at that point but to tap.
Yeah, Chester Smith earns the tap in the opening stanzas of the second round.
That is the second win for Montana MMA tonight. What a great club, great gym, great coach in Brian Dietz. Well versed in jiu-jitsu over here in Bozeman.
Yeah, just relaxing into that, using all his weight just to wear him down. And
as soon as he pushed his hips away, that was the end of her.
yeah, he extended the choke. Make sure the ref sees it.
Hey, bout number 2 comes to an end. 47 seconds in the second round. Your winner by submission, fighting out of the red corner.